You're journaling, you're visualizing, you're affirming all the money you know you want, you need, and you desire, and yet somehow it's not showing up. Welcome to today's Aligned Business Series. My name is Acacia Thornton. I'm the CEO Legal Coach, and this is where we go live 3 times a week, answering your questions, telling you real stories, and giving you real solutions to what's going on in the world. And manifesting money, especially for entrepreneurs, is a big one. It's a loaded one. As you're going to see here, we're going to go through not one, not two, but 4 different areas where as entrepreneurs, we tend to not see all the different ways that we manifest money differently than others. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say there's a good chance the block you're experiencing is going to fall into one of these. Because what ends up happening out there is so many times we have manifesting programs designed for people that have an easier, straighter path to money. A job, for example, or a really rich somebody, family member, husband, wife, who can connect and find and attract that money in a particular way quickly and easily. As entrepreneurs, you're balancing so many more things. So this really matters. And it's not just that you're balancing so many more things, it's that you have to work on manifesting both for you and for the business at the same time. So let's take a look at these, okay? So category number 1, where you might be finding a block that you didn't realize you had when you're talking about manifesting money in your business. That is that you're trying to manifest the outcome and the source at the same time. I teach this in my manifesting money program for entrepreneurs day 1 because it happens that much for us. So think about this for a second. Let's say you're trying to attract $50,000. And you're saying, I want $50,000 in clients. You, in that statement right there to the universe, are saying, universe, send me $50,000 and do it this way. You're giving a mixed message to the universe. You're trying to control the how. You're also trying to manifest 2 different things. If you're trying to manifest the $50,000, do you care where it came from? Does it have to be through clients? Could it be through new sales? Could it be through a book deal? Could it be through a number of other areas? $50,000 can just be $50,000. Let the universe do the how. Where if you want $50,000 in clients, like, no, I actually want clients. I want to have more of them. I love my clients. I love doing work with clients. I've got this much space held on my calendar for my clients. I want clients. Well, you're thinking about $50,000 of clients. Instead, feel of what does $50,000 worth of clients feel like? Not $50,000 in clients. What does clients worthy of $50,000 or more feel like to you? And then work from there. Because right there, you're likely going to catch, you're trying to control the what and the how at the same time in the same sentence. Okay. So we don't want to do that as entrepreneurs. And it's something that ends up happening, right? Oh, I have a launch coming up. Okay, I want this launch to be this. Well, we don't focus on the money part. We focus on the feeling of a successful launch, and we go from there. Okay, so that's the first one. And that was one of the easier, simpler ones because it's just that. Are you trying to do both? But let's talk about blocks for a second, right? We just went through something that was about what you're trying to call in. The biggest and most work in manifesting is the removal of blocks. And when it comes to blocks, money is loaded with them. And it doesn't matter who you are. This is for everyone. And then as business owners, there's another layer. So what is that? The first is the idea of money as a need. You can't live without money. But you don't mentally and societally think the same way about money that we do about air or water, food, or shelter. Right? We see them differently. It's almost as if it's an extravagance, as if it's luck, as if it's an extra. It's not. It's part of your needs. And just as there is more than enough water and more than enough food for everyone to go around, even if we don't treat it that way, there is. It's the same with money. There is enough for everyone. And when we start to connect with it energetically, the way we do with water, I bet you really don't think about the water or having access to water very often in your life. What if you treated money the same way? How are you internally different with your energy about water and food than you are about your energies with money? Start to explore that. Start to understand and accept money buys happiness. It does not buy every happiness. It doesn't, right? There's little moments with my dog and my family and my friends and myself that money can't buy. Money does not buy every happiness, but money is part of happiness. You want to take your family to Disney World? Sure, you could win that trip and other things, but odds are you're going to need some money for that. And that's okay. That's okay. And allowing that, because you've probably been told messages in your life that money's the root of all evil. Money can't buy happiness. Money doesn't grow on trees, and all of those things. What are those? Those are all stories other people were buying as a justification to deny you or themselves something. They were an excuse to deny themselves or you something you have a right to. You have a right to full, absolute expression and creativity in this world. Otherwise, why would you have the calling to have a larger, full expression of yourself? That's what you were created for. If you're created for that, the means, including the money, are available to you to make that your reality. Okay, so start exploring those types of things as money as a need, money as an unlimited resource, and money the same like potency and permeability in this world as water and food, and see if that helps get you somewhere. Now, the next area that I see a lot of money bottleneck beliefs in clients is that, well, where did we learn everything about money? From our parents, from the adults as we were children. Why? The adults held the money. You didn't get to hold the money. You didn't get to have the money. Maybe you were lucky enough to get an allowance. I wasn't. But otherwise, money was held hostage from you. You had to ask for permission for something. You had to be gifted something. It had to be their method and way of love or their form of stress. My parents fought over money. My parents were entrepreneurs and they had feast for famine all the time. I remember having to have garage sales for stuff we just bought 6 months ago because now we didn't have enough money to go to the grocery store. I learned a lot of money roller coaster things from my parents. Unlike other areas about water and food and shelter, which, yeah, there might have been stresses over those. Okay, we can't afford as much food or we can't afford, a nice home, but you still probably had food and a home. With money, we were guaranteed to have observed something. Usually in our early childhood, majority of our belief systems come before we're the age of 7. If you have to think all the way back to 3-year-old you, 4-year-old you, 5-year-old you, 6-year-old you, what were you observing? What was around you? And make a list of every belief your mother or any female persons in your life, might have been a teacher, might have been a stepmom, might have been a babysitter, whatever theirs were, write all the money beliefs for those significant females in your life. And do the same for the males, because we have different energies within us. And so there might be parts of you that are connecting to money in one way and another part of you connecting to money in a different way. Look at what their beliefs were. Dad believed money was this, and he treated it like that, and he did stuff like that. He said things like this. And then stop and ask yourself, are these ultimately true? Is it really true that money has to be up or down? No. Is it really true that we never had enough money for anything? No, we had money for stuff. I wasn't raised rich. I wasn't raised upper middle class, but I wasn't worried if I was going to eat most days. So the way they were behaving and treating it, but also what did they do to earn it, to get it, to attract it? And I used a key word right there that I'm going to bring and use into our next one. Is money something you earn? Is money something you work for? Or is money something you attract? Words like earn and work are loaded for many of us subconsciously. Is that the way it is for you? Do you feel you have to earn your money? Do you feel you have to earn your place? Explore these as possible mental and emotional blocks going on within you. Explore what your thoughts are with money as you as a person. What does money do for you in your life? What does money mean to you as a person? And then as a person, also ask yourself, do I feel worthy of money? Does having not enough money make me feel less worthy? There's kind of a chicken egg situation there. Sometimes we don't feel worthy of the money, so we don't get it. And then when we don't have it, we tell ourselves we're unworthy because we don't have it. Explore your worthiness, your self-worth, and how it might be tied to money. It's not tied to money. Who you are is a beautiful, amazing, created, bountiful creature that is here to do amazing things. And you know that. You know you're called for that. And that's why you want the money, to do those, to spread love, to give love, to be fully present in all that you can give to this world. You're more than worthy of all of that. So shouldn't the money that you need already be available to you to fulfill that? Yes, it is there. Money is not tied to your worth, and your worth is not tied to money. Other than you are worthy because you are, and therefore there's more than enough resources of all kinds, money included, to support you in that. So we've gone through a few things there where it is about money and us. What about being an entrepreneur is different? So we just went through those few that we had said there. Those apply to everyone, everywhere. Every single person, human being in the world. But as an entrepreneur, you've got more layers. You attract your money through a business you created, you lead, you are responsible for. You might even have team members and other things that you pay. So now we want to look at, what are the money beliefs about the business? What are they? I've known some people that went on to be coaches, and then ultimately in their subconscious are like, well, coaching isn't a real job. Okay, so you want to be a coach. You're called to be a coach. You created an amazing coaching company, and then you tell yourself subconsciously that coaching is not a real job, so no one's going to pay you. Oh. I know one that I used to have in my beginning is this launch. This launch is everything. It's got to be this launch, this launch, this launch, this launch, this launch. I put so much weight and expectation on the launch. And then if it didn't happen, I felt like a failure. Was I a failure? No. I created some amazing stuff. There's some of those really highly motivated and inspired moments. And I've created a million funnels, at least it feels like a million, that are just so inspired from my heart and from my space. And just because I didn't work that day the way I wanted it to, it meant something wasn't wrong with me. Something wrong wasn't necessarily even wrong with the product. Maybe it was the messaging. Maybe it was how I launched it. And maybe it just needs a little bit of time. And then the sales start to come in time, not in one big lump sum. Because sometimes that is a type of money block right there. Is money consistently flowing for you? Or is it feast or famine? Big lump sum. Shit, I'm broke again. Fudge, what do I got? I gotta get another. Okay, we're off. We got another lump sum. We got another big client. We're good. Shit, I haven't seen money in months. What the hell? That is a type of money block right there. So what are your expectations in your business? Why did you create the business? How is money expected to flow in the business? And do you have any blocks in that? Do you have any blocks about your leadership abilities as a business owner? Do you have any blocks about the type of business you have? Oh, a lifestyle business isn't going to work. There's too many in the industry, but I'm doing this because I feel called to do it. Those are conflicts, inner conflicts. Explore them, right? Okay. So as you can see right there, we went through a lot of different categories and different areas of where blocks might be. And those are usually mental or feeling type blocks. My manifesting guide, I talk about how I actually break down blocks into 3 different categories, each with 2 different types. So there's 6 types of blocks that I teach. Everybody just teaches blocks in general, and usually mental blocks. That's one. There's more. And so once we find them and remove them, though, things flow that much easier. So if you're hitting that one nail over and over and over again, it's not moving, it might be because the block is somewhere else. And that's in the manifest. Let me put that up. I'm going to put that up. But we have one more area where I see business owners. And in fact, it's not just business owners. We're taught to do this as business owners, but it's actually a manifesting block. Are you ready for it? Business planning. Business planning, because what is business planning doing? This is how it's going to go. This is what I'm going to set up. This will be the outcome of this setup. This is how things are going to go. It's a lot of control. It's a lot of manufactured manifesting, as we call it. You're telling the universe, I want this, and this is how it's going to happen. Ooh, do you ever want to be controlled like that? Do you ever want to be treated like that? Then why would we want to treat the universe and its abundance, giving, and loving and benevolence to treat us like that? It's not a very loving relationship. So how we set up our business planning can actually be part of your blocks. Did you set it up because that's how it has to happen? Because that's how it's supposed to happen? Those are types of blocks. There is no supposed to. There is no should. There's only what you are called when you are inspired and aligned with your calling. Okay? So we've got the manifesting guide out there, absolutely free. It walks through how manifesting is different for us as entrepreneurs. It goes through the 5 steps. I know a lot of people teach 9 to 10 steps. Manifesting can be done in 5, actually less. You'll start to collapse them. And then it has a few different exercises in there that I work with my clients to help them unblock those blocks, right? To get you really going to manifest and see it differently as an opportunity in your business, because manifesting is a business skill, my friend. All right, now I promise Q&A. Where is it? Let me pull up my chat right now. What do we got? Hey, Emmy. Hey, Mary. How are you? Hey, Pendant Chap. What's up? Click clock. Is that what it is? Nice to see you. Nice to see you all. Thank you all for being here. Oh, there's a bunch of love in there. Thank you. Okay. Can I manifest money through multiple channels at once? Manifesting money through multiple channels is the same saying I want to manifest money through my clients, right? Back to that opening lesson that we had today. The idea of attracting $10,000 in clients is different feelings. Do you want the $10,000? Do you want the $10,000, the $1 million, whatever it is? Are you focusing on that and letting the how go? It can come through multiple channels. It could come through one channel. But when we go and we start to say, okay, I need the money through this channel and this channel and this channel, what are we really saying to the universe? We're saying a couple things. One, we're saying, universe, do it this way. I'm in charge, not you, which is a lie. But we feel that way, right? I'm trying to control the situation, have it done this way. But we're also saying, universe, if you're trying to give it to me in another way, I'm not going to accept it. Ooh, what if the universe is trying to bring it to you in another way? Are you rejecting that because you're focusing in one particular area? Okay. So can you manifest through multiple channels at once? Absolutely. The key is for you to pick one singular focus, though. One singular focus for your energy, your mindset, so that the universe clearly knows what you're after and aligning to, and then allow it to do its part, which is to bring it to you however it finds the easiest. What if I don't care how it comes? I just want it. Perfect. That's exactly it. Then focus just on that. That's brilliant manifesting right there. You shouldn't, well, I shouldn't say you shouldn't. You don't want to care. You don't want to care how. That's a really key thing here. And I know that that's like, wait, $1 million can just show up on my doorstep? Yes. But that feels like winning the lottery. No. Here's where manifesting is different than luck. Manifesting is a co-creation. You do your part, universe does theirs. So as you're sitting there trying to manifest something and you're feeling into it, you feel what it feels like to have it, to get it, to attract it, to hold it, to live in that space. You're likely going to be inspired to have an idea, take an action, say some words a certain way. And the more you hold into that space and you behave, you take action from that inspired place instead of the business plan, instead of whatever you had set out to do. You said, come from, this is what I feel inspired to say right now. Say it. Then that is where the universe is lining you up. I had that happen once. I was trying to do something with my speaking, and I was like, okay, well, let's update the website. Let's update my one sheet. Let's get together a speaker's reel. My speaker reel at that point was images, and I was like, I want a video one. So I kind of knew what to do. And then I'm starting to do this, and the universe is like, no. And I'm like, but this is how you do it, universe. And it's like, no. I was like, okay, fine. After 3 days of this, I was like, all right, you don't want me to do that, even though that's what generally gets you speaking gigs. Universe, what would you have me do? And it goes, I want you to work on your training. I'm like, my training? I've got nothing going on with my business trainings right now. Like, I'm trying to focus on this. The trainings are fine. Like, they're all on autopilot. I don't need that right now. And it's like, no. Focus there. Fine. So I did. And I started to connect with different ideas and different things. My energy is different when I'm training or coaching versus, leading and speaking on a stage. There's a slight difference in my energy. And so here I was into my training energy. And then I went to go have a business meeting that had nothing to do with speaking. It had to do with trainings that I do. And, but I was so fired up from all the stuff I'd been working on the 3 days prior in my trainings that I was speaking a certain way. And she stops me and she just goes, have you ever thought about being an inspirational speaker? I'm like, yeah, I am one. I've been doing storytelling on stage for years. I've been transitioning it to more inspirational. Why? Because I know people who are looking. I thought it was supposed to be done a certain way. And I wasn't wrong. It's not like updating my reel and my website wouldn't have led to things, but the universe understood something I didn't. It understood that there was somebody else in my peripheral looking for speakers. And so it made sure I was in the right energetic space, and so were they, to connect on that energetic frequency. Had I been doing the other things, I would not have spoken those words the way I spoke them. Trust me. Because I was telling a particular story. And that is how that played out. So it's okay to not care about how it comes. Let the universe do its thing, because the universe can see, sense, know far more than you can. Far more. Let it do its connections on the frequencies. All right. What if I'm getting clients, but they're not paying me on time? Ooh, there's one. Okay. Why are you attracting clients that don't pay on time? Especially if you had more than one, there's something about your energetic space that is attracting clients who don't pay on time. So start to feel into what it is to have clients at this level who pay on time. What does that feel like? And start working from that space, because something about your space right now is attracting the clients, which means it's attracting the money on paper, but it's not attracting the money into the bank account. And explore that as well. There's something about not wanting to actually receive the money. You've attracted it, but you're not receiving it. Is there a block around that as well? And if you want any help regarding that, my Aligned Clients Paid with Purpose program is exactly that. It talks about ways that we can do this on paper with our contracts, so that by the time the client even signs, you know it's an aligned client that's going to behave and treat you on your frequency levels. So that is available. But yeah, I would explore, what about the receiving, or what about accepting this type of client, right? I've never had a problem with the client paying on time. It's my vibe, my frequency. I expect people to pay on time, and they do. So it's absolutely possible. And find out what about you is allowing that. And I'm probably sure if you go through the list we did earlier, your parents, money receiving, all of those types of things, that you'll find something that'll be like the aha moment for you. What if I keep manifesting small amounts of money, but never the big amount I want? Okay. I love this one. I'm going to give you a story that actually happened not so long ago for me. So I sometimes I live in Las Vegas, and I like the idea of manifesting wins on slot machines. And so far, I've done a pretty good job. But it's not me, right? It's the universe who's telling me, go to this hotel or this machine. And I'm kind of like, oh, okay. So there was one thing that I was working on, and the universe was like, yeah, it's going to happen across the street, because there's casinos everywhere. So there's a casino across the street from me. And I'm like, no. I mean, that could happen anywhere in the country. Every machine, there's so many different machines. There's hundreds, if not thousands of them. It's not going to happen right there. And then somebody reminded me, the universe doesn't care where it happens. The universe doesn't care if the $1 million win happens at Caesar's Palace or MGM. It doesn't matter to the universe. You're the one deciding that it mattered where, or that's too easy. How could that be? It's you. The universe doesn't care. The universe is just saying, if this is the frequency you want, I'll tell you where that frequency is happening. So if you're manifesting small amounts of money, there is no difference to the universe, a $250 day versus a $250,000 day. They're all equally available. They're all absolutely available to you. What about you is accepting a lower amount? Because it's not the universe's ability. It's not how many $250 people are out there versus the 250,000. There's something about the way you're approaching the product, the pricing, your messaging, you, right? Go back through the money blocks that we talked about earlier today and explore. Okay, you know you can attract money. You've done it over and over and over again. That's already awesome. You get it, you attract it, you hold it, receive it, bam. Now all you're doing is making the number a little bit bigger. What about that is scary? What about that feels off? What about that? And the other thing to do, and I had this happen when I started manifesting in my business, is it's not just about raising the number, but raising the number to a number that feels right. So I remember I was manifesting regularly, like $9,000, $10,000 in clients a week. And then I was like, okay, I want to do 12,000, just a little bit more, right? Just bring it up, 20% more. But I couldn't connect to that number. That just, I don't know, just 20,000 makes sense. I'm like, okay, well, does 13,000? No. 14? No. 15? No. Suddenly 20,000 did. 20,000 was the number. Okay. Guess what I got the next day? 20,000. I struggled connecting to 12,000, but I could connect to 20,000. So it's also not just that you're increasing, or how do you feel about that number? What about that number is phenomenal for you or not feeling so hot? And keep going. What's a number you can really get behind and to elevate them? Because it's no different to the universe. Money is just a frequency. There's no difference to the universe. Okay, one more because we're kind of hitting time, and I know you're all busy and it's Friday. Oh, I saw one more in there. What if I don't trust myself with the money once it arrives? That's your block right there. That's your block. I have a friend, beautiful, smart girl, makes money. Everything, she's great, single. Always says she wants to attract a man, and she gets hit on a lot, like a lot, especially when she's on that dance floor. She is in her mode, she's in her vibe, and my God, she gets hit on. But then she's like, no. Oh, I went on a date with him. It's just this, it's just that. And there's always a reason to not accept what she attracted. Now, of course, not every guy that hits on you on the dance floor is you're going to, but it also comes down to whom you're attracting, what you're attracting. Why is that what she's attracting? So for you, you're possibly attracting the money. You're not receiving it. So ask yourself, why am I afraid to receive it? I don't trust myself. Why don't I trust myself with money? I can trust myself with my life. I can trust myself with my dog and my children and my home and everything else. What about money? Don't I trust myself? And it might be a block that you learned from your parents. It might be something that happened when you were a kid. Maybe you got some money as a kid and somebody yelled at you, oh, you're supposed to put that in savings, but you went and bought a robot toy. So you feel guilty or ashamed that you don't know how to handle money, as if buying that robot toy wasn't awesome. It was awesome. So look into that balance of what is it to have and use and be with the money versus what about it is scary. Start journaling on that. Start exploring that. Start removing the blocks from within you, and you will find your way. All right, everyone. I will see you next week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. This is Acacia, the CEO Legal Coach.